What's going on in Miami? No, seriously. What's really going on? Because the noise is too loud to ignore anymore. You've got 7 draft picks signing on, 16 undrafted guys jumping in like they were just waiting for a chance to crack into the league. And right in the middle of it all, the biggest headline has nothing to do with any of them. It's Tyreek Hill. Again. But this time, it doesn't feel like it's just another offseason chirp. This time, it feels heavier, stranger, like something's unraveling, and no one's admitting it out loud. So here we are. Rookie minicamp is just kicking off. Fresh legs, new dreams, the whole cliché. Mike McDaniel standing there with a half smile, clipboard in hand, like he's got everything under control. But he doesn't, right? Because how do you control when one of the most explosive receivers in the NFL, a guy you literally designed your offense around, is suddenly popping up in Steelers trade rumors like it's just another Tuesday? And that list, that quarterback list, everyone saw it. Everyone. Tyreek drops his top 5 QBs in the league, and somehow, Tua Tagovailoa isn't on it. No mention, not even a throwaway nod. The same quarterback who fed him over 1,700 yards in 2023. What does that even mean? Was it a jab? Was it calculated? Or is Tyreek just being Tyreek, throwing gasoline on an already burning narrative just because he can? Oh, and don't forget, the Steelers made space. They traded George Pickens. That wasn't random. That was surgical. Pickens out, vacuum created, and all of a sudden Hill's name gets thrown in like it belongs. Nobody blinks. And why would they? Pittsburgh's front office doesn't just make moves, they bait. They dangle possibilities. And here comes Cheetah, showing up with a bandaged arm, second wrist surgery, casually flexing the image on Snapchat like it's just some off-day activity. Surgery number 2, he says. Just that. No context. No explanation. No panic. Which somehow makes it worse. Let's rewind for a second. Back in 2024, without Tua for a few stretches, Hill's numbers dipped. That can't be ignored. 81 receptions, 959 yards, 6 touchdowns. Still solid by most standards. But for Hill, that's a step down. That's mortal. And now, you combine that dip with his silence on Tua, with his cryptic posts, with this sudden Steelers noise. Does it start adding up? Or is everyone just reading into shadows? Meanwhile, the Dolphins are acting like nothing's wrong. Like it's just business. They bring in Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Zeke Biggers, all defensive tackles. That's bulk. That's trench warfare. That's a message. We're not getting pushed around anymore. Then there's Jason Marshall Jr., a corner who's as raw as he is rangy. Dante Trader Jr. at safety. Ollie Gordon too coming in at RB, with that mix of patience and punch. And of course, the golden ticket, Quinn Ewers. Quarterback. Gunslinger. Or maybe just a smokescreen. Why Ewers? Why now? Because there's no way you look at that pick and don't raise an eyebrow. Ewers isn't a throwaway. He's a signal. If you trust Tua, if you believe he's your guy long-term, you don't bring in a high-profile QB project. You just don't. Not unless there's a bigger plan. Not unless you're preparing for the day your WR1 and QB1 are both gone. Planning for that? Or hedging? Then there's Jonas Savaiania, the only rookie unsigned. Why? What's the holdup? Money? Fit? Something else? With the kind of offseason Miami's having, any delay looks like tension. Any pause feels like a crack forming. And what about those undrafted names? 16 of them. 16. That's not just filling space. That's throwing darts. Eugene Asante, Jalen Conyers, Neeland Hibbett, Nate Noel, John Saunders Jr., Alex Huntley, Trayvon Ripka, Andrew Armstrong, Monterey Baldwin, A.J. Henning, Theo Wees Jr., Teddy Cushie, Addison West, Josh Preby, B.J. Adams, Ethan Robinson. That's not a casual list. That's a full reset of your depth chart. Why stack so much now? Is it just coincidence that all this influx is happening while Tyreek's status is floating in limbo? Doesn't feel coincidental. Feels like they're bracing. Like they're loading up just in case the ship takes a sudden hit. A big hit. And then there's Mike Tomlin. Just sitting there watching. Waiting. He doesn't need to chase Hill. He doesn't need to beg. He just has to sit back and let the Dolphins implode on their own. Because that's what this feels like, a slow, quiet implosion. One that everyone's pretending isn't happening. What happens if Hill leaves? What does that offense even look like? Who steps up? Jalen Waddle? Sure. But does he carry the same weight? Is he the guy you triple team at the end of a playoff game? No. You know it, and the Dolphins know it. Waddle's great, but he's not Hill. So if Hill's gone, is the offense built for that? Was it ever built to survive without him? Or does it all fall apart the moment he walks?